Well, thanks a lot. It's been an exciting 6 months as the 2016-2018 Poet Laureate. I've had an opportunity to go to classrooms, to be on the radio, be in the newspaper way too much. And but one of the more exciting things is we completed the first part of the City Bus Lines project. And there were over 300 submissions. For the first time, we had submissions in Spanish, and I was able to narrow down up to 30 different poems, and then Edgewood College picked about 25 to. This is one of the posters that will be featured on the bus, or the transfer cards, or the ride guides. So it's been a pretty exciting 6 months. I can't wait for the next 18 months, but I'm pretty excited. And then today is the quarterly reading, and we have a local author who has founded a new organization in town, Arts, Literature, and Laboratory on Winnebago Street. It's a gallery and performance space. I had an opportunity to perform there a couple of months ago, and I think she's really trying to bring the community together through writing and arts. And Rita Mae Reese is the author of the poetry collection, The Alphabet Conspiracy, a past Wallace Stegner Fellow, and her new book, The Book of Hulga, she'll be sharing a few words. Rita Mae Reese.
Thank you.
Thank you, Oscar. It's a real pleasure to be here. Thank you all for having me. I just want to give you a word of advice on how to listen to poetry, because maybe nobody's ever told you how, and you're probably used to listening for information, and poetry is very different. So you can relax. You don't have to remember anything I say. You don't even have to understand anything I say. The most important thing about poetry is that you listen to it for pleasure. So just even if you find a word in there that you really enjoy, then you've done a very good job listening to poetry, and you can be very proud of yourself. So relax, it won't hurt, or it won't hurt for very long anyway. So it's about a 3-minute poem. It's called On the Problems of Empathy. Twice a year the orphans come, like Job's children, pawns in a bet made with the devil. You and your mother watch from the porch as Father Whiskey's car rolls up the long dirt drive. The orphans inside ignore the fields, the cows, the pond, the patch of woods. When you were younger, you begged for a brother, or even a sister. What should you say to an orphan? You think of your mother's prelude to sympathy. Nothing's easier than burying other people's children, but the orphans are beyond sympathy. Sympathy being one of the problems. How far does it go? Not quite to the horizon, not even to the trees beyond the pond. The orphans, their still breathing, lion, cabbage-smelling bodies, are also a problem. Father Whiskey, with his lazy eye, thinks a good Catholic family with only one child is both problem and solution. One blue eye looks at your mother. The other looks at God, looking at you. You know sympathy requires action, or at least words, and the empathy is merely the crippled gravity we each emit. Father Whiskey sees God looking at you as if you believed in the Creed, the Holy Ghost, and all that he has tried to tell you, if you could even look a statue of Mary in the eye, then you could reach out a hand, lay it on this boy's scrubbed forehead, make him your brother. Later in college, in a winter of mind and place, you will read Edith Stein's On the Problem of Empathy. Now, though, she is of no help to you. You stand on the front porch and wait for the miracle to begin in your shoulder and travel down through your fingertips, the way you've heard lightning tries to escape the body. In a few months, there will be different orphans. Then the time comes, but no orphans. Years later, in a city where you can't speak the language, you will pass a woman sitting on the pavement, a burnt-out shell of a woman holding an infant. The baby is sleeping. On his head, a robin's egg blue bonnet, spotless. Your problem is you feel too much or not at all. Their grown bodies move past you. Thank you.
Thank you.